Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you're having a fantastic day as you consider trading the financial markets, day trading, swing trading, whatever it is, whatever kind of trading you like to do. In my last video, I was talking about trading system efficiency, and I talked a little bit about why that's important, and then a little bit I think I might have mentioned about how to go about doing that. How do you make it efficient? And one of the simple ways of doing it, if you don't really have a lot of tools for trimming your system up and tuning it, is just to reduce the size of the entry and positioning, and that'll affect it. If you're trading 1% on your account and you're backtesting and it shows you got this 10% relative drawdown, and you want to get it down to 5% or 6% or 7% or something like that, you can just reduce the sizing and then let the account grow over time, and then you'll start getting the dollars that you really want. So that's something that's one trick you can play with it. And of course, that's one of the hardest things about trading, is being patient with your account. So many times you just want to rush it, right? You just want that thing to grow. You want to start making money. You want to start getting payouts. You want to get this show on the road. You've got a strategy. You know what to do. It's working, but it's just slow going. One of the ways I used to think about it was, it's like layering pancakes. Go to a restaurant. I just coming back from a restaurant now. If you get one large pancake, okay, that's a lot. But when you start stacking these pancakes, they're not much by themselves. But when you start stacking them, they get to be a lot. So building your account is similar. You're just trying to layer little bit over time, and it starts to balloon. Now, the way that I trade position is based on percentage of the equity of the account. So that means as the account grows, my percentages don't need to change, but the dollar amount that I'll be trading, winning, and of course losing, will change. It'll grow up as the account grows. So this is a really bumpy road. So you just got to be patient with it. Just let it come to you. Let the market and the trading and everything you're doing come to you. Most of the people watching these videos, can I just say how proud I am of each and every one of you? Can I just say that? Because I know what it's like. Hey, there's nothing that you've done or are doing that I too haven't done. Okay, every mistake, every boneheaded thing that you've done, everything that you kick yourself for, I can't believe I did that, I can't believe I used to do that, I've done it. There's nothing you can say in the comments that I haven't done that's going to surprise me. Okay, but can I just say how proud I am of each and every one of you, because you're sticking with it. If you're like me, you've consumed hundreds of these videos and always looking for just something, that you can add to your trading or glean some understanding to make you a better trader. And so I'm going to give you one. And it goes back to the equity curve. What is the equity curve? I recommend that everybody get to the point where they have their entire trading strategy written down, which is not easy to do for a lot of traders because there's some discretion in there, right? But if you get to the point where you have it all written down, you're honest about yourself and the way that you put it together, and the way that you write it down forces you to be very thorough and get all of those gray areas sorted out. Written down, Then you can go to your Claude, to your Chat GTP, Bolt, whatever, and have it develop you an EA or a bot an algo that you can strategy test through TradingView, MT5, MT4. There's a variety of platforms out there that you can apply your strategy to, have it do the back testing so that you can look at equity curve and all these other things. Now you could probably do this just by looking at what you've actually done and using other tools instead of just back testing. But once you get that equity curve, there is something I think you'll notice that's interesting. In the process of tuning for relative drawdown, I noticed I can tune for a certain percentage for an entire year of trading on a pair. I trade Forex pairs right now, and I just noticed one this morning where I had it down to around that 8% range, something like that, 7% range. And then I decided, well, that was 2025. We're mid-February here. I wonder what it would look like up into today. So I ran the test again, and it had a 10% nosedive in relative drawdown just for January. So it bears mentioning that just because you do a full year's worth of strategy testing and you get this percentage thing worked down, it doesn't mean that you are somehow insulated from larger drawdown totals. It's possible, and it might be closer to home than you think. So this is why, again, it's good not to push the envelope. That if you're going to do this, you're going to make your system more efficient by controlling the relative drawdown, backing that down to where it's reasonable instead of something obscene like 20% or more. Just because you get it down there and you need to have at least like 100 trades under your belt there, 100, 150 be good, doesn't mean that it's not possible that you can have a one-off month like January was for this particular model. So when I say model, I have an EA that is for each pair because they're all a little bit unique. So they need different values to make them work. Settings for one pair don't work very well at all with another pair, so each one has to be tuned. One of the things that's really interesting, and this is the final tip here for you, is that on that equity curve, what's interesting is it came to me, to my knowledge, there's someone that trades their equity curve. Okay, so what they're doing is they're watching the equity curve, and they noticed there's a pattern to the equity curve. And when you think about it, it kind of makes sense. But if your equity curve is really hammering out wins, probably if you look through the history of the equity curve, it usually will go through a little dip and then it'll continue. Or maybe your equity curve puts in a W pattern or something like that. But there is some sort of a pattern in some cases, and you can begin to trade that or size in accordance with that. How would I do that exactly? Well, the way he does it is when he's been winning, when he has several wins, according to the equity curve, he knows he's about to go through some losses, he'll size down. When he gets those losses, he knows he's about at a point where it's going to start to come up, he sizes back up. So it's a little counterintuitive to the way a lot of traders would trade and thinking, oh, I'm taking losses, I'm in a downtrend now, I've lost 4 in a row, I'm going to size down. He's doing the opposite. When he's on a hot streak, he's been knocking it out of the park, that's when he starts pulling back because he knows this isn't going to continue. We're about to go through a downturn. And then after the streak has been in play for a while, that's when he starts putting on the gas. So interesting, very interesting. And I want to encourage you to get your trading plan written down. It's not easy, but you can do it. I know you can. So that way you've crystallized all of your rules. There's no gray areas anymore. Put it into a strategy tester. Ask ChatGPT to build you a bot so that you can strategy test your system in TradingView or your MetaTrader, whatever it is that you want to use. So you can go back a full year, 2 years, 3 years, and let's see what that looks like. By the way, if you're using a broker that doesn't have very good data, so you do the test and it only gives you like a month and a half, you can't get back any further than that, you might consider purchasing a license through TickStory. They have high quality data that you can download that goes back several years for whatever the market is that you're trading. So you might check out TickStory and see if they support with quality data the market that you're trading. They don't support everything, and I have no affiliation with anybody. I'm just letting you know. So that's going to do it for me for this time, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.